around the world to many nations, to so many nations. I was so happy about the last one, which day was this, the lady speaking from Nigeria, Kenya, and all of that, and just giving, they were talking about the cultural aspect of the gender-based violence. And they were talking about cultures, different cultures. And there was one lady from Kenya that just blew my mind away about what the Maasais, they do. That was like, it carried me to a different room. I was like, what? That somebody would just come put a stick at your door and whoever is unmarried, they becomes his wife. I'm like, okay, it's not even a matter of love. So it just makes me discover so many things and so many cultures. And I'm so, so thankful for that. It's a lot of knowledge acquired within the past 16 days, a lot of information gathered. And one thing that I conclude is that the struggle is the same for every nation, every country. There's somebody struggling there that needs help. So that's one of the things that I took from the different people that speak from different countries. I'm like, it doesn't matter what country you are in, there is still this aspect of gender violence. Either it's based from culture, or just the segregation. And then I liked the woman that was speaking from the LGBT community. When I listened to them too, it really made me to understand that this thing is all over the place. So the violence is all over the place. So there's so much that I took away from it, and sometimes I just went back to the Facebook thing, and thank you for putting up that Facebook Live, because sometimes I just go back there and just listen for the ones that maybe I'm not able because I'm working to fully participate, and I just listen to that. But for me, it was a classroom of its own. It's like taking just like you said, a 16-course meal and a crash program. Yeah, it's given me so much knowledge about different countries. I love the women that spoke from Nigeria about the cultural aspects as well from Nigeria. I was like, wow. Like so many of those women, I was looking for them on Facebook just to follow them. Thank you. You're on mute, Shaman. You're on mute.
Adeline, I just want to compliment you, because when the trans was spoke on your program,
yes,
I'm going to be honest, I was nervous, but I love how you handle it, because of course, religious people would have been a little taken back.
Yeah.
And you didn't. You made her feel comfortable.
Right.
And even now, when you spoke, you addressed her as her. And
it is what it is, right? You can't judge her. How do you bring them to the knowledge of God if you start causing some resentment or sending them away as if, oh, because you did this, or you're not qualified, or you're not a child of God? No, you don't do that, because when you do that, then you're not bringing people to the knowledge of God. When you begin to repel them, oh, because you are trans, oh, no, that's not it. She believes in what she has done, and that's her strong belief. So how do you talk to people like that? You communicate, you identify with them, you speak to them, and that is their value. It's not yours. It's not your value. It's their value. Is what they believe in, and you don't have to judge them by what they believe in, because you don't know where she's coming from or what God had there. And I wouldn't say, oh, because I'm a Christian woman, or this, or yes, the Bible doesn't agree with things like that, but I'm not going to say, hey, no, you're doing wrong. I will teach you the word. I will teach you the word, and you judge, you determine for yourself whether is this right, or do I continue with this? Do I stay the same? I wouldn't be like, no. I was very happy for what she was saying and the knowledge that she has based on the Bible, because sometimes you would think that people don't know the Bible, they don't go to church, or they don't believe in God, but she does, and she actually brought forth some strong points, which I appreciated. And no, I do not segregate with people like that. I don't. So if you think, no, I do not, and we're not alarmed by them, we accommodate people, and then we speak the word to them. And it is not up to us to change people. It is God that does the change in people's lives.
Well, I commend you. I commend you for that, Adeline. I really
Thank
commend,
you.
and I didn't get a chance to, so I'm utilizing this opportunity by commending you for being all inclusive and not religious. So thank you. Thank you.
Not a problem.
Welcome, Lou. Welcome, my sister Maria. It's
Yeah.
16.
Hello, fabulous, Charlotte.
Thank you. Welcome, Lindsay. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
I want to say personally to Lindsay, it's good to see you, my sister. That is one hell of a woman. She's a woman of substance, smart as hell. And I like to brag a little and say, Lindsay, we we kind of missed you in the 15 days. But guess what? I'm happy that you're here. And it's good to see you. And wow. Well, I don't know, Miss Charmaine. I had to acknowledge and say good morning to Lindsay, because when your baby sister is in the house, you have to acknowledge and kind of, bully her a little bit, but all coming from a place of love.
Thank you,
Because
Maria. Thank you.
yes, so it's good to have you on the platform this morning during the virtual coffee hour. And welcome in, Miss Marietta. You've been with us from day 1 to day 16. I love you. I love you. Thank you. And Lou, you've been with us. And Sister Adeline, Ottawa, you've been with us. And, thank you. And Tiffany, good morning. And thank you. Thank you. And I see Carol, Galaxy 10, welcome and thank you. And Charmaine, 16 days. 16 days. We did it. We did it. Talk about that. 16 days. Oh my goodness, I have to brag again. Lord help me, Jesus. It's getting hot in here. I see my sister Carol Siziva. Take note, another powerhouse in the house. So Carol, I welcome you, my sister. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Blair, welcome. Good morning, my sister in crime. Can you believe it, Blair? 16 days. 16. Can you believe that?
No, I can't. Not at all. Not at all. 16 days, and it feels like a separation now. Right? I'm so used to seeing Marietta signing in, and Lou and Tiffany and Adeline. And so, come on. Oh my gosh. But you know what? It's not coming to an end. It's just beginning.
Yes.
16 days was used for the introduction, the courting. And now we're one, right? We're coming together as one.
Absolutely. And I'll just give it back to Charmaine and get the coffee going. Charmaine, let's get it going.
I'll be back.
I just had to acknowledge to everybody that, hey, we are here today. We did it. We did it. We did it. And we're still going. So welcome to the virtual coffee. I know you've grabbed your coffee, your chai, your tea. Sit back and let's get to know you. Let's get to hear your message to the world, to the women around the globe. And we at Eagles Bloom Hope welcome you. And I know Sister Charmaine already did that. So take it away, my sister. Take it away. Charmaine, I need you to unmute her.
The question was, before you came in, thank you, Maria. Before you came in, the question was, what has the 16 days, the last 15, including today, what has it done for you? And Adeline eloquently shared what she has acquired, achieved, attained in the last 15 days. It was a classroom. I call it a 16-course meal, but Adeline call it a crash course, right? So here we are at the end of the 16-course meal. We're at the dessert. And you can decide if it's going to be sweet or if it's going to be savory, right? The decision is yours, but we are at the dessert stage, and I want you to sit back, enjoy your ice cream, enjoy your flan, enjoy your creme brulee, enjoy your tiramisu, or enjoy your savory dessert today. But whatever you do, I want you to enjoy it. And what have you received in the last 15 days of the 16 days of activism? Anyone can start. Maria, that question is for you.
I'll tell you what.
Hmm.
From the 15th of November, I'm going to acknowledge Blair and Charmaine when it was just a figment of imagination from just maybe Charmaine and I coming to collaborate, and next Charmaine goes, how about making it 4? It's like, hold that thought. And later came back to call Charmaine and say, wait a minute, why not make it 16 days, 16 organizations? And I say to Charmaine, probably Charmaine looked at me because we were meeting through Zoom, and Charmaine must have thought she crazy as hell. And then she said, yeah, that was the first part of it. Yes. And when you get a yes, because we're sharing the same vision, I said, okay, how about we bring Blair? And then Charmaine said, I've always wanted to meet Blair. That's fine with me. And then from there, names just came up. Tam, Adeline, Tandy from the UK. And the list is endless. We called upon Hatsuki, Miss Janice, Dr. Bridget, and it just became a global mosaic. When you ask us what were we thinking on the 17th of November, I don't think any 3 of us could give a relatable answer. We just knew it has to happen, it's gonna happen. How? Things started unfolding from all-nighters. We pulled all-nighters. I'm not kidding, we did. But every all-nighter, we made the transition. We included, it just became more than the 3. It became 25 organizations, over 25 organizations being represented, over 35 countries coming on board, from grassroots to the top. When we talk of leadership, we were able to trade into the Caribbean for the first time, and we had a journey, not only because when we hear about the Caribbean, we think Jamaica, and that's the end. But we were taken to Guyana, we went to St. Lucia, we were in Trinidad, we were just going, we were just rocking at this point. We went to Africa, and we were in West Africa. We had our sisters from West Africa. We had our sisters from East Africa. We had our sisters from the North. We had our sisters from Southern Africa. We didn't stop there. We had Australia in the house, and our journey was still going. We brought in Indonesia. We brought in Japan. Our journey is still going. We came to the United States. We had Vegas, we had California, we had San Diego out there, all the cities. We had Dallas, Texas, Texas. We came to Canada. We were in Alberta. We were in Ontario. I'm going to go with the provinces. Ontario, we did Toronto as a city. We did Ottawa. Canada Virtuous Women, they are in Ottawa. But they were able to bring sisters from Montreal. So we had Quebec. We had Manitoba in the house when it comes to the Canadian experience. We were there. Over 35 countries represented in this journey. One of the things that was it's going to be so emotional for me. So I hope I can keep it together, because not every day I lose it. But today, it's like over the 16 days, you had to go through a journey. We captured the girls' voices, where they said their voices mattered. We had girls that came from around the globe. We had Europe represented by Girl Voices. We had North America. We had Africa. Our keynote was from South Africa. We still went on. We were educated by the girls when they took their stand and said, our voices matter. And it unfolded right before our eyes. Because when they opened up, they started with the song, I Rise. And we were sitting back going, okay. Then they told us it was a blessing. So it unfolded each single day. And I'll get to day 5 because I feel we believe in the power of we. So I'm not going to talk about all the 16 days. Charmaine at some point is going to have to lift off and say from 6-2. Then Blaze going to finish it all off. Because that's what we believe in. The power of we. We could not have done it alone. This was not about Charmaine, Maria, and Blair. But it became where women from around the globe collectively came together and said, the time is now. And we raised our voices.
Amen.
So we were woke. And I like to come to day 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then where we had the candid conversations with our brothers. I call them brothers because they are our allies. Because in this journey, one thing we learned is this fight is not for the women only. Yes, it is for the women and girls. But we cannot do it alone. We have to come together and speak with one voice. We can no longer be silos. That's one thing. So I ended day 5, where we go into day 6, and Charmaine is going to take it from there. Day 6 was the messages of hope. Because like I said, I cannot say what 16 days meant because it's a collective. And that's what we stand for, collectivism. This fight cannot be done by one woman, by one group, but we have to come together. So messages of hope was day 6. You take it away, Charmaine, because collectively we are going to say what 16 days meant for us.
So thank you, Maria. Thank you so very much for that. After day 5 with the candid conversations, that, as Maria said, we had the audacity of hope, beyond hope. That was the journey. And that's where the journey just catapulted into its own direction. The 16 days just took on a life of its own. And I think that started from day 1. On day 7, Women in Bloom took us from victim to victor, and the part 1. And it was in the form of storytelling, where women share their stories and their experiences, and not just the trauma stories, their process, how they got where they are today, how they overcame, how they bounced back. And then after the storytelling, we went on a resilience journey back on my feet again, where survivors told their story. And during that session, we asked one of the men from the Candid Conversations on day 5 to come in and offer an apology to the women for all that men had done to them. That was, yeah, that's how I can describe it. It was beautiful. It was a healing process. It started the healing for some women. I took it differently. It was really powerful and profound. That's all I will say. And then on day 9, Family Life and Beyond took us on a journey of courage, trust, and faith. And then day 10 again, we had survivors share their story. And on that platform, for the first time on the 16 days of activism, we had a member of the LGBTQ community, Millie, and I want to highlight that because the LGBTQ community is a part of our society, and we were glad to have Millie on this platform. And then we had the Self-Discovery Ignite group share their journey after the survivor's story. And on day 11, we had part 2 of Victims to Victors, and one of the presenters left something profound with us. She said, believe victims. And oftentimes victims are doubted, and that's one of them, that may be one of the reasons we don't have all the reports, and they're afraid to go to the police, and they're afraid to share with us because of judgment, and we may doubt them. And I am going to stop at day 11 so my sister Blair can take it from day 12 to today. Blair, are you on? I don't think she's back. You muted.
I think, you know what, Charmaine, we can go to day 12 and kind of interchange so that we arrive here. So go ahead, hon. Go ahead. Day 12.
So, the global mosaic, world pulse.
The heartbeat.
The world. Heartbeat of the world. Listen, are you ready for this? World Pulse showed us what the global mosaic looks like. And one of the things that they did was remind us that the time is now. The time is now for us to take action. On that platform, I learned new words. My vocabulary was expanded. When I heard the woman from Nigeria who say, I'm a handipreneur, that's the word, Tamara, Maria?
It was Lillian from Cameroon
Yeah.
who said disability does not mean inability.
Right.
And women with disability also go through abuse, gender-based violence. But we are handipreneurs.
Yes. I told you I learned a new word. It was a new word to my vocabulary. And if she did not say she was disabled, you would not have known that. And I want to thank Tamara, because when we talk gender-based violence, we don't think about the disabled woman, right? Just like we don't think about the LGBTQ. So this platform was all inclusive. We had everyone. And what else can I say?
We forgot. World Pulse brought us in contact with 70,000 women in over 190 countries. So that is the gift that World Pulse gifted us collectively, you and I, and all the women that walked on this journey. They took us there. We learned something about India, where Kitty came up with a resource database to cater for, if Tamara can chime in about Kitty. And this is what women can do when we come together.
Yeah, she created a database that is the whole world of how women can find safe houses. So
Wow.
she's been gathering the actual numbers of the emergency places to call from most of the countries in this world at this point are in her database for women to find safety. That's one of the 1,000 things that Kirti does.
But we shared the gift. We were honored to have Kitty in our presence in the living. And the world at large, women around the globe, were privileged and honored to share Kitty and the work that she does. But that was not all. Let's go to day 13.
Let me unmute myself. So day 13, you want me to take that, Maria?
Mm-hmm.
Now day 13, we had Miss Janice Cummins, who reminded us, encouraged us, inspired us to look in the mirror and acknowledge that winning starts with the person in the mirror. And as we journeyed on with her to embrace that winning starts with us, the girls' voices came in. Girls' voices from Nigeria. When they came on the screen, I could not have composed myself because they oranged the screen. And not just that, what they had to say. These young activists, I'm going to call them activists, not advocates. These young activists encourage me to keep fighting for them, to ensure that their needs and their demands are met. They were fuel to my lamp, and a support to my wings. So as I soar, I am soaring for them. They were an inspiration to me. I have never been to the continent, but when the young woman said, I am afraid to return to my traditional home, she told me, I need you to fight for us. And whatever I have to do, that's what we will do. I can't do it alone. That's why we're all here. And that's why we support Tamarack, and happy that Tamarack is here with us, because girls' voices came on the Tamarack, right? They were powerful. Each and every one of them had a message to remind us that girls' voices matters.
And without that, we got what they taught us that day was stop speaking at us. Stop speaking at us. Do not speak and prescribe what you think those are the things we want. We have voices. We are ready to stand firm and advocate and say, this is what we want. This is what our call to action is. They reminded us that not only do their voices matter, but that they were ready to be accountable and to stand firm and to create their safe spaces. We reassured them. We said, this is not an easy walk in the park. We will be there to support you and to elevate you as a support system. But we hear you loud and clear. But for me, being an African woman, I felt strongly within my soul that whatever we are doing and fighting for, the girls in those voices, they signified that they were ready. So what is the call to the African women and women at large? Support girls. Mm-hmm. Let them speak out. Let them find their voices. They're gonna fall. They'll get up and dust themselves. They are ready. They became the trailblazers for Africa and for the girls around the world. No tears. Those tears were in that room that day. Everybody was just weeping, but we were weeping from a good place. Because I think as women, that told us the hope was real. The hope beyond the hopelessness. There was that light. They gave us hope. They truly gave
one thing about those girls in Nigeria? They were on the radio for days through this 16 days, and they named every form of violence that they had experienced, and the government called the radio station and said, shut them down, and the radio station would not shut them down. So while they were speaking, they were shaking the whole system.
They shook the system, all right. And Tamarack, we're going to play this. We're going to ask Miss Marietta, because you know what? She's been with us throughout. She's been with us throughout. And Miss Marietta, guess what? What did those last few days mean for you? As we get to day 16, because Shamin and I kind of left it off at day 13, 14. So we want Miss Marietta to sort of lead us to day 16.
Well, for me, I would say the 15 days that had already passed, I would say they were so excellent that I felt I have made in my life 15 steps forward. I was way down, and I could say I've passed the big storm in the ocean, and I'm flying high like the eagle, very high. And as the lady said, the um, ladies from Nigeria, they really struck me, and I would say they helped me to see where I stand now too. They helped me a great lot, and also with my situation, I would say also seeing the men involved also helped me, as to say, well, not all the men are bad, but there are some that are good too. So don't hold spite against all the men, but you know, and you just forgive and everything. And so I would say the main thing is I felt I have moved 15 steps forward, and it's all prepare me for the new year to start something new and upbuild myself more. It helped me to grow a lot too, and have learned a lot also. And that's my sharing. I say thanks to you, Maria, Miss Blair, and Miss Charmin. I would say they did an excellent job, and I'm so happy that Miss Charmin had invited me to come. Thank you very much.
We salute you. We salute you. We call you our queen, and we salute you. You've been with us throughout. And I will, this is where, you know, Charmin and I love to do this in the morning because we take everybody at task. We start passing the mic around. And regardless where you catch up with us, you know, during the 16 days, this is where we want to hear from you. You know, tell us in under 2 minutes, because I can see we're getting a lot more people are coming in. So we're going to give you each a minute so that we can get as many voices, because one of the things we say, no voice should be unheard, no voice left behind. So we want to hear from you. So we're going to go to Tam. Tam, my darling, what did the 16 days do for you? Under 1 minute.
This 16 days brought all of us individually closer together, and it also brought our tremendous organizations closer together. And this is what I was hoping for, and it happened in such a profound way, such a lasting way, that now our voices are stronger than ever in coming forward, like the women in Chile right now who are saying we're going to rewrite the constitutions of our country, and we want 50% of the women at the table. And meanwhile, while I was hearing that in the news, I was experiencing it through our organizations coming together. So let's move forward together.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's move forward and together, not as one little silo by yourself as an island, but as one. Thank you, Tam. And Miss Lou, you've been with us throughout. Under 1 minute, what did 16 days do for you?
All right. 16 days seems like yesterday. It has done tremendously well for me. It has opened up renewed awareness. It has shown me that we as women really have suffered and really are continuing to suffer under a system that has been overlooking this abuse that we've been encountering over decades. And it showed me that we are not alone, that there are men out there who are with us also, who are willing to work. And it brought me closer in terms of feeling more accepted as a person within a situation that especially in my country, that's been looked down upon and not taken seriously. So it has brought me closer to persons who understand, and I could have related, and identified with so much of what women suffered. And the strength that I have now, the renewed strength, is going to help me to continue to spread the message. to continue to spread the word that we are women, we are strong, we can stand up, we have a voice, and we can fight. With just 3 women, look what we accomplished. Charmin, Blair, Maria, thank you so much for doing this for all of us. It means a lot. Thank you so much. Yeah.
We thank you for allowing us to share this platform, to be in your presence in the living. We thank you for the encouragement, because this is what it's all about. When these voices are being captured, when we sing the same song, the same way, and our voices will go beyond the mountaintops, across the hills, across the oceans, and beyond the seas, and we'll be heard as women collectively. So we move on to Tiffany. Tiffany, if you can unmute yourself, tell us what 16 days has done for you.
Hi. Well, I can say that I wasn't able to make all of the 16 days, but I was able to check on social media to see some of the videos I have missed. And what I can say done for me is it helped to enlighten me. It helped to give me hope. It shows that we're focusing on some of the major issues that need to be dealt with in society. And it gives me some form of self-satisfaction, I should say. Because when I shared my story, I felt empowered, and I felt like I wanted to help others, and I wanted to do more for others. And even if it's just to help one person, that will be self-fulfilling enough for me. And it would help me to help others, to bring the light on things that needs to be addressed in society. And 16 days of activism has been a wonderful journey, I should say. And it's something you guys are doing that I don't even have the words to describe it. But I want to say thank you. Thank you all. Maria, you've done such a good job. And I love the way you speak, and I love the way you handle yourself. And I want to say special thanks to Miss Charmin for getting me involved in this. And without her, this would not be possible. And being able to speak to so many people and hear so many different persons from different countries to speak about stuff like this goes to show you that it's not in one place that these things is happening, but it's something that's happening globally around the world. And it's good to see that we're focusing on these issues. Thank you.
Thank you. And we receive. And again, we appreciate you. And this is just the beginning. We are going to be in this together. We're not turning back.
Can I just add something? Tiffany, Tiffany became a survivor on this platform. When Tiffany came on this platform, Tiffany came as a victim, because Tiffany has not been out of the situation a long time ago. So I took a risk, and I'm so proud of you, Tiffany. Thus, I'm emotional, because Tiffany, when I asked her, she answered the call and she said yes. And on this platform, she became a survivor. Just wanted to say that.
This is where I ask you to open your mics and just, put the crown on the sister. Put the crown on the sister. And like yesterday, Kim reminded us, we gotta wear those crowns and crown on. Enough respect to Miss Tiffany. We love you. We love you. We love you.
Tiffany, soar, sister,
Thank
soar.
you. Thank you. You guys are making me so emotional right
Good for you,
From a
Tiffany.
different
Good for
place.
you. Keep it up.
now.
We are behind you. We shall be there for you. We have your back.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And I'm going because I'm gonna get everybody on there. So Lindsay, we know you're with us in spirit and we are glad to have you. What is 16 days? When we talk of 16 days of GBV, activism against GBV, what's your take? Giving Miss Lindsay 1 minute. Where's Lindsay? Unmute yourself, my dear.
Thank you. Well, I have personal experience from my family when I was growing up. So I have suffered a lot of trauma because of gender-based violence. So I have not been involved with this platform for the last 16 days, but I have been involved with other organizations that were discussing this issue. And just from what you ladies have shared on this platform, I just want to thank you, Maria and Blair and everybody else for sharing your stories and getting the word out that gender-based violence has no place in this time. How I would want to continue this work is to continue challenging the beliefs that we have about femininity and masculinity, because I believe that these beliefs are the ones that create the attitudes, the stereotypes that society has about women and who they are and the role that they play. It affects the attitudes that women have about themselves, that men have about women, which then influences the behaviors that people have that cause a lot of pain and harm to women all over the world. So that is how I would want to continue to influence society to start thinking differently about how we look at women. Thank you.
Thank you, Lindsay, my baby. Thank you, my baby sister. I like to keep rubbing that in and makes me feel like when big sister is in the house, you know. Thank you, and thank you for the great work that you continue to do and work to advocate on bringing equality for women across the globe. So moving on, Sister Carol. Yes, we missed you on the platform, but we are glad you are here. What's your thought on the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence? Being a woman in leadership, if I must say. Just to put that on there.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad today I was able to join. I have felt like I've been missing out because of the time difference. It's always challenging for me. But today I made it a point that I must join. And because I've been just following, and I get, if I miss something, I just go on social media and just listening to the stories and just listening to what the work that is being done. It's exciting. So what it has done for me, even though I have not been actively following, being active with you guys for the 16 days, I've just been following from behind. What it has done for me, it has reignited my energy, and it has motivated me to do more, to use my place and my position in leadership within my place that I am in leadership, to create opportunities and the space for women to have a place at the table, versus for women to just be seen and to be talked at, but to use my place in leadership to influence the conversation, to influence the energy, to influence the shift, and really allow women and girls to have a voice, to have the space, and to have their own place and take their own place proudly at the table. So I'm excited. I'm so grateful for what you ladies are doing and for having the courage and the audacity to take this step. So I'm excited and I'm continuing to support where I can, and I'll continue to use my place in leadership to also influence the change.
Wow, wow. You know, when you say these things, Carol knows me better. She knows I am going to be following up and I am going to ensure. Did you hear that, Charmin? Charmin is in New York, but Blair is in Alberta. And no matter where I will be, I am going to make sure we become a bug to Carol. So that I can promise you. But we love the fact that we have ignited something, that energy within self and wanting to ignite that light so you can do more and use that place in leadership to even do much more. I love that. And I'm going to hold you accountable. You know, I do that well, right? So moving on, I see our sister Kabahanda. Kabahanda. Then after Kabahanda, we will have Deb. Then we're starting to go into the order of today as we come to the final wrap up. But coffee hour is always great. So Sister Kabahanda, please take it away. What is 16 days meant for you?
Wow. Wow. First of all, I apologize I was not able to attend every day, but for the days that I attended, I do not have, I don't know if I have enough words to express what I have experienced over these days. Before I even start to talk, I really want to thank you, Maria, Blair, and Charmin, for inviting me to this platform. And I also want to thank Tam, because without Tam, I would never have met you guys. I didn't know about you. And when I came on the platform, I asked myself, where have I been? Where have I been? Over the 16 days, I have seen a lot of talent. I have seen a lot of passion. I have seen a lot of commitment, engagement. So I have seen the power of the collective. For me, this is what I'm going to go away with, that when we are together, we can move mountains. And my request is all this energy, all this momentum, we should not let it fizzle and die, but we should continue and go on to the next step. And I can see that with the kind of men we have had on this forum, the men who have come on, I have a lot of hope, Maria, that the future is going to be bright because men are realizing that there is a very big problem out there. They're part of the problem and they're part of the solution. And we also must come to the realization that this battle is huge and we cannot win it unless we co-opt men who think like we do. So I want to thank you very, very much. I really had a wonderful time and I am beginning to miss this forum already. Thank you very much.
Wow, wow. And I know this is where Sister Charmin sits back and she lets it kind of sink in. And that's what we're doing right now. Because, you know, I was just sending a little note to her to say the hour is upon us. The hour is upon us. And she's getting ready. She's getting ready. Because then she'll be able to give you the journey of the 16 days. Because the hour is upon us. But I remember I called on Deb. So Deb, tell us what 16 days meant for you. Is that on?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, you see, we like to capture the voices of the girls. We have Deborah, and she's one of the girls that opened up. Didn't think she was going to wake up to the call, but she did. So welcome, Deborah. Take it away.
So I just want to first say that I'm really grateful to have been invited into this. I thought it was very inspirational and extremely eye-opening. I am aware that gender-based violence exists. However, actually hearing an experience from someone that has gone through it changed it for me. And it really put into perspective that this is something that these women and young women go through. And it helped me empathize more and understand and really want to take initiative into solving this problem and putting it to rest once and for all. And it made me realize that as I did a presentation actually and gathering information about gender-based violence, it made me realize that some of the people that were meant to protect these women were ultimately their abusers. How could these women that looked to these people as protection and protectors were ultimately let down? And it, of course, most of these cases had to do with people that they already knew. So, of course, it just made matters worse than they already were. But I'm really grateful to have been a part of this. I learned a lot, and it helped me connect better emotionally and psychologically, or at least mentally, to these people that have gone through it. And I'm just grateful all around, really. So thank you, Teta Maria, and thank you to everyone that has been a part of it and was able to contribute in hosting this amazing organization.
Well, Deborah, thank you, my darling. And this is, now you have so many tetes, okay? You've got Tete Shamin and you've got Tete Blair. And you know what? This, for me, reaffirms that we have to continue doing what we are doing as women to fight so that we can give Deborah, Aliyah, Shikomborero, Helen, and the girls' voices from Nigeria and beyond a chance, because these are going to be the women of tomorrow. So what we are doing is not for me, it's not for Lindsay, it's not for Carol, it's not for Tamarack, it's not for Miss Marietta. No, it is to give the girl child a chance so that she no longer has to defer her dreams, so that she too can have a voice. She too can sit at the table. She too can write and be part of the constitution that will affect her. She can write and contribute. This is why we are doing what we are doing. This has been a journey, one that we could not have done alone, one that we could not have carried single-handedly, but became a journey where sisters gathered, rallied together. It didn't matter which part of the globe we came from. It didn't matter which community or which religion, which nationality. Because after all, we are different colors, just like the rainbow. But we're able to embrace each other in our beauty, in our authenticity, in our truth, and stand by what we firmly believe in. Equal opportunity for women and girls. You are hope. But remember, it cannot be done single-handedly. We want the girls to be able to soar above the storms like eagles, so that in turn they'll be able to bloom Because when they bloom, they'll be able to find their voices. They'll be able to speak out. Then they become hope. They will be able to ignite the light and give hope to one woman, one girl around the globe. So without further ado, I will take you. I will not introduce her, none other, Shaman, because I know Blaze gonna be with us shortly. But Shaman, take it away.
As we continue, I want to encourage you, or I want to share with you what the girls' voices said to us on day one. They encourage us to rise up. And we are going to listen to Maya Angelou. I wanted to play the mass for you, but maybe we'll do it to the end. But we'll play Still I Rise.
Write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Just because I walk as if I have oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my sassiness upset you? Don't take it so hard just because I laugh, as if I have gold mines digging in my own backyard. You can shoot me with your words, you can cut me with your lies, you can kill me with your hatefulness, but just like life, I rise. Does my sexiness offend you? Oh. Does it come as a surprise that I dance as if I have diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past rooted in pain, I rise. A black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling and bearing in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak miraculously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the hope and the dream of the slave. And so, there I go.
I hope you are encouraged and motivated and inspired as I am every time I listen to that phenomenal woman and now the mask. Despite what we've been through, there is something about us that propel us to rise above the storm, according to Marietta. We can rise above anything. And don't ever let anyone make you believe that you don't have gold mines in your backyard or you don't have diamonds at the meeting of your ties. Okay? You believe it, you exude it, you embrace it, and just live it. Because you will rise above anything that the universe throws at you. So be encouraged. Whew. Maria. Whew.
My sister, take a deep breath. And I want everybody to do that. Take a deep breath. the 16 days.
Ooh. Oh, okay. It's 16 days. It's day 16 is the last day. So I have to be honest with you. I am beginning to have separation anxiety. Is our sister Blair with us?
I see Carolyn. If you can let Carolyn in.
Let her in. Okay, Blair. Okay, Maria, take it away.
Once again, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. And I always like to say this in my native tongue because it makes me feel more wholesome and total. I'll say Abari Muzuri Murishani Makadi. Welcome. Welcome to Eagles Bloom Hope. Together with the rest of the women organizations and other that responded to the call and answered the call to make 16 days a reality. We thank you once again. We could not have done it without you. But more so, we want to acknowledge that we know you have busy schedules, but you took the time to be with us because you believe in what we are all doing. You believe in the 16 days. We said no longer should 16 days be an event that happens in November. Let it be known. It is going to be 16 days of activism every day until the powers be, the policymakers, those in leadership, hear the cry. We were taught during the 16 days that we cannot exist as silos. The time is now. We will continue to work locally, but we will continue to connect globally. Our work is cut out. There is a lot to be done. We have marched, we have chanted, we have walked miles for over half a century. But as I have come to loosely call this pandemic called GBV, because it is a pandemic that to this day, there is no research that is identified the vaccine. Because the injustices, the unfairness still prevails. But alas, are women and girls' rights not rights? If we are all born equal, how come others are more equal? But that's not what this is all about. This is about us coming together, speaking with one voice and demanding change. Like I said, we have marched, we have chanted, we have written books. But we forgot that this is a fight that cannot be done by one organization. We have to accommodate all the voices. No voice should be left unheard. No movement is successful without grassroots. So if empowerment is meant for the selected few, then as women, can we say we've done our work? This is what 16 days did for us. The first day, the girls say they started by reminding us to rise. we heard them, and we rose. We were woke because we were reminded that yesteryear's scars cannot define the women and the girls that you become and that are in the becoming and who you are today. That was yesteryear. Those scars only made you strong. This is why you are part of the platform. This is why you want your voice to be heard. Because when those scars gave courage for you to stand up and say no to gender-based violence. Because you believe the girls deserve a chance. We were able to share stories, songs of pain and joy. But out of those stories became victors that were able to walk a journey and take back their light and speak out. We were reminded that this is not an easy walk in the park. You have to be resilient. You have to be able to soar above the big storms, like Miss Marietta calls it. That when we challenged Kabahanda and said, hope, the audacity of hope beyond hope, she eloquently put it and still ignited the hope. As we were taken through self-discovery, that hope continued to be ignited. We were able to find our voices collectively. We were able to define and not be apologetic about what we stand for as women, because you were born strong, phenomenal woman in your truth and authenticity. But that didn't stop there. We gave room for candid conversations. We learned from couples how the gentlemen supported their wives in their endeavors. Lesson learned. Not all brothers are bad. We redefined feminism on that day. Then yesterday in the coffee hour, we had an all-male panel. And they too said, we will stand with you in the gap because we believe women are humans. Mothers are not deputy women. Humans, I beg your pardon. We were reminded by our brother Hermes from Zambia, who said, women, you do not need to validate yourselves by doing these jobs where you think when you take up engineering, mining, or once male-dominated jobs, then you can be a woman, an all woman. You are a woman, a human being. You deserve everything great for you. So he challenged us to change the narrative. And we like the fact that Lindsay brought that point once again. We're challenged to change the narrative about how women are described, how our girls, the roles befitting for the girl child or for the women. The challenge was change the narrative. And women, stand up for yourselves. You can be anything you want. You do not have to prove it to a gentleman. We were reminded yesterday. But we were also told, hey, ladies, we don't want to fight you. We want to be part of this. And we said, absolutely, we welcome you to be our allies, because we do realize this fight cannot be done by women only. Because if we are going to change the patriarchal beliefs, the systems, we need the custodians of the patriarch to come to the conversation. But we are not there to browbeat you. We are having a conversation. We were then later taken to our final session, where women were reminded to wear your crowns and crown on. No matter where life has taken you, you're a queen. Wear your crown and crown on. So this is what Eagles hope Eagles Bloom Hope is all about. We are there to elevate women. We will advocate for women and girls, but we realize this is not just for Eagles Bloom Hope. This is for us. You, we. We have gotten rid of the I, because
We can't hear you, Maria.
I think my internet is playing up. So I'll let Blair, you want to take over from there? You guys can still hear me.
We can hear you, Maria.
But I'll say with silence is compliance. We were reminded silence means alone, silo. We realize that at Eagles Bloom Hope, this is one journey that cannot be taken by Blair, Maria, and Shaman alone. But it has to be taken collectively with Marietta, Hatsuki, Lou, Caroline, my sister from Nigeria, Basau, Anjana, Kabahenda, Tamrak, Adeline, Tandy, Cosmos, Travis, Michelle Bateman, Blair Brown once again, Deborah, and the girls' voices, and Aliyah. For Aliyah, we have a responsibility. We cannot do this alone. But everything starts with one step. So I will leave you with that. You gotta believe. You have to have faith. Even when you cannot see the staircase. But you have to have faith. So Blair, take it away. And then we will get to Shaman. To now.
Thank you so much, Maria. Thank you. Thank you. And welcome, everyone. Welcome today. Oh, I don't even want to say it. It's a wrap. For those in television, you know what I mean? It's a wrap, but it keeps going. Thank you so much. We love and appreciate you. I know Maria did say some names, and it's not to discount all the others. She was just probably saying names as they came to her, but we do have a special thank you that will be coming up at the very end. I do want to read, though, a note from Rita Barbagallo, who was on our fifth day panel with the couples. So if you remember Rita and Sal, it says, please thank the whole team of gorgeous ladies for me. You've all done an incredible job. I love you, and I'm listening to you right now online. I really hope to meet you all one day. Now, for Rita to send this, I've got to tell you, it's 4 o'clock in the morning where she is in Australia. And since we have gone live on Facebook, Rita has been on every single morning. So we want to open our mics and applaud Rita. Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Travis. He's another one. He's on again. Travis, are you going to get in trouble at work? He has been on every single day. Thank you so much. You have shown us that you are one of our strongest supporters. Thank you again. Ladies, I don't know what to say. I'm at a loss for words, and I'm just kind of looking over the screen, and I want to just say thank you to each and every one of you for being with us, for supporting us. You are our allies. Thank you so much. I'm going to pass it back to Charmin because she does have a special presentation. Go ahead, Charmin.
So thank you, Blair. Thank you, Maria. Grab your coffee, grab your chai. I am about to take you on a journey into the future. Are you ready? Put on your seat belts. Okay? Grab your seat belts. Click. I heard the click. So we're all in. We are safe and we're ready to take off.
Just need
So,
music.
so welcome to Eagles Bloom Hope. And during the 16 days, I must say, when we started, when we started, we did not plan for beyond the 16 days. You participants, supporters have encouraged us to create a movement. So Eagles Bloom Hope is about to welcome you, unveil our plans for 2021 and beyond. Who are we? We're a collaboration of organizations advocating and raising awareness on gender-based violence against women and girls. We focus on reducing gender-based violence in every community and across each culture. We are Eagles Bloom Hope. Our vision, a world void of gender-based violence. Yes, we're ambitious because we are going to work on creating a utopia. And our mission, we're committed to changing the social norms and practices of primary and secondary socialization, advocate for changes in the cultural and traditional norms, and fight for the elimination of FGM, while providing training and support to women with limited access to education. Our values include equity, spirituality, transparency, accountability, service and support, peace and justice, empathy and healing, respect and honesty, solidarity and togetherness. These are the values, and we will be adding to the list, but these are the values that we have developed and will embrace moving forward. The services or the pillars of EBH would be socioeconomics, gender relations, advocacy, education, capacity building, and health. Socioeconomics, we will ensure that their health fairs and the informations that our sisters in all parts of the globe, all parts of the world, the representations that we've seen on this platform receive all the healthcare information, be it whatever form of health. And we will defeminize poverty because they have made poverty look like the female and sounds like the female. And one of our priority is the defeminization of poverty. And I'm gonna ask my sister Maria to help me with the gender relations.
I like that because it's one area that I really, really like to say. I think for empowerment, for real empowerment, we need to redefine what women empowerment is. Because I feel over the years, it has become for the selected few. Because when you are on the ground, when you ask a question to the ordinary woman, have you been to an empowerment conference? Or rather, what do you understand by empowerment? The first thing they'll answer is, I have not been able to go to an empowerment conference, because they believe when you go to these conferences, you come back empowered. And that's the end of the story. So my question that I pose to those that are running organizations in the name of empowerment, do we feel we have empowered the women, or we have defranchised the women? On paper, we have defined empowerment. And what kind of empowerment is this women empowerment that we are advocating for? We're coming back to making social impact, because we feel if a woman is empowered, should be able to be more creative, to create using resources that are within her reach, so that in the end, she's able to be economically sustainable, to run a project or do whatever it takes. We are saying when we are empowered as women, we are definitely going to be able to develop our systems, ourselves, using the resources that are there within our reach, and not wait or identify empowerment with donor funding. So we are recreating empowerment, redefining it to be empowerment that is practical, that is sustainable, and not the empowerment that we are witnessing or that we are living in. Because I feel it's the opposite. It actually puts women in a worse off position, but yet it is in the name of empowerment. So it's time to redefine, what do we mean by women empowerment? And we shall gather our thoughts so that we are able to create and design programs on empowerment, on empowering women to better serve their communities and to be able to sustain themselves economically. Thus, if they're able to do that, they'll be able to feed their children, they'll be able to look after themselves, and not have that where there's the dependency syndrome. So redefining women empowerment to be more practical. And gender equity, we realize it's a fight. It's not easy. But when women are empowered and they start having places in the seat, taking the seat at the table, making decisions, guess what? Then we're starting, it may look like and sound like utopia, but it's a practical approach. Because when they are there at the table making the decisions, they'll be able to fight the injustices that subject women to the inequality, whether it's at corporate level. We need more representation. Because when you are at that leadership role, your voice will be able to impact or make an impact for the hiring process. Instead of just making it look where you will have to meet your quotas for diversity or other equal opportunity. But when we have women in those places of leadership speaking out, then we're starting to make baby steps in achieving gender equity. But it starts with women in leadership to start changing the dice. But we'll be able to expand more. We will hear from you. Some of us, these are your areas of expertise. And as we say, we do not believe we can do this alone. You will help us. From the findings, we'll be able to create the roadmap, which will then be able to guide us to setting up the blueprint of what we will redefine as women empowerment. I'll take it back to you, Charmin, on advocacy.
Okay, thank you. Where is Blair?
I'm here. I'm monitoring the social media. So I'm here. I'm right here.
Okay. So under advocacy, one of our pillars, we will be participating in social justice and really addressing the cultural impact of GBV as I think that should have been a pillar on its own, but of course we will be revisiting this because I think culture is so diverse and it should stand on its own just like religion, but we have it under advocacy. Maria, you want to add anything else?
I think on culture, we just started the intro already in the past couple of days, and we already can see that this is going to be a conversation and discussion that really has to be held. And we, from just the findings that, you know, the calls to action coming from that discussion, we already noticed that no, this cannot be a discussion just for one day. It's a discussion that really needs the attention it deserves so that we're able to draw calls of action from there and then demand or take it more to the custodians of the patriarch to revisit. As our brother said, these cultural norms, values, or traditions were never meant to make another party unequal. Note, we are not saying culture is bad or we are saying do away with your norms. No. We are coming back to task, call to action the custodians of culture. Challenge them that when these norms were created, really, were they supposed to place the woman in this position or the girl child? So they will then revisit and see if that is practical. Because some of the cultural norms really subject the woman and the girl child. And they've placed her at a very disadvantaged position. So we are hoping to shed light to that. And we also seek to be educated on the norms and the traditions. We are open to learning so that we seek not to change or prescribe, but to learn.
Thank you, Maria. And right into your field education. Continue.
I like the way Charmin is kind of throwing it back at me here, but that's okay because with education, we know that when you educate girls, in this case, I know it has been said, women, you have educated a village or a nation. We do acknowledge that because we know girls right now have been disadvantaged when it comes to education. So our hope is as we work through with communities, as we work with gatekeepers who will take us into those communities, is to also raise the awareness of the importance of educating a girl child and change what has been normalized, what we see as abnormal when you defranchise a girl child or not allow her to an education. But we can also make mothers see why it's important for a girl child to go to school. And by providing through programs, skills training, we hope we'll be able to impact communities of such. And our hope is that it will build a wholesome human being in a girl, where she's not deprived the right to an education.
Thank you, Maria.
And I'll give that back to you. Or Blair, actually, Blair, this is area. Blair, you're not going to get away with this one. We're going to put you there. Come on now. They want to hear your voice.
Is Blair there?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay, so where are we? You were saying
Capacity building.
That's right. I completely concur with what Maria was saying, that we want to be strategic in how we build. And so whenever we build, we want to have strategies in place where we can develop relationships. And we're going to put some tools in place. And again, we cannot do this alone. So what we're looking for is to build relationships, to build through collaboration, integration, and all of that. So we're looking forward to those of you who have the expertise in capacity building, in education, in all the other aspects that we're looking at, all of the different pillars, to have you come on board and to have you lend your voice to what we are doing. I'm actually getting some messages here on Facebook, so that's why I'm a little bit distracted, where individuals are saying, Maria and Charmin, that they would like to come on board. They would like to be a part of this. So definitely we are building. Charmin, take it away.
Thank you. Of course, health had to be one of our pillars because women's health is extremely important. And as women, we know the importance of medical care and health care. So we will be ensuring that we can help advocate for improved healthcare systems all over the world, and women's health become a number one priority in whatever community, in every system, in every country. Our health matters, our girls' health matters. So we will be joining the sanitary napkin campaign for Africa. So yes, and if you want to be a part of this movement, at the end, you will see how to get in contact with us. Here is an overview of the last 16 days. Maria went through it. We went through it also during the virtual coffee hour, but I'll just leave it up for a minute. It is really beautiful to look at this. Day 1, rise up. Day 2, wake up. Day 3, amplify our voices, humanizing the cloth. On day 4, overcoming the storms. Then we had the candid conversation with the couples. And then into audacity of hope, beyond hope, and on and on and on and on to this.
And we had victim to victim.
From victim to victor, yes.
We need to hear your voice, Blair. Continue.
So yeah, on we had from victim to victor on day 7.
Self-discovery ignite. Day 11, from victim to victor, part 2. Call to action. Believe the victims. Do not patronize them. Do not interrogate them. Believe them when they say what has happened to them. World Pulse, Global Mosaic, they just took us to another level with the global representation. The time is now. That was the call to action. Day 13, winning starts with you, and the girls' voices matter. Day 14, gender-based violence from a cultural perspective. We took you down to the continent of Africa, where we discussed from the West and East and the South. And day 15 took us to a whole nother level during the virtual coffee with all male panel in the Candid Conversation part 2, and just sealing the deal by saying silence is compliance, leading us to the wrap. To the wrap.
We want to say thank you on behalf of Eagles Bloom Hope, Maria, Blair, and myself came together and we coordinated this event, which marked a milestone. We had hopes to share and raise awareness on gender-based violence against women and girls globally. Instead, we were blown away by the relatable antidotes, passionate advocacy, and the overwhelming energy of having so many wonderful women in the same webinar, all coming up with ideas to accomplish the same good of igniting hope in order to be part of the change we all want to see in the world. We would like to express our most profound gratitude, and we cannot thank you enough for attending such an important event. Your participation in the launch for Eagles Bloom Hope, 16 Days of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence webinars was incredibly valuable. And we hope that you had a memorable experience. We all left this dialogue inspired and grateful to be heard and to be seen. We will be reaching out to you in the nearest foreseeable future with additional information. Thank you once again, and we look forward to hearing from you and working with you. You are hope, and together we can ignite and bring hope to one woman, one girl at a time around the globe. As the UN Secretary General said, if not now, when? And if not you, who? And we are Charmin, Blair, and Maria. And together, we bring you Eagles Bloom Hope. On Facebook, we're Eagles Bloom Hope. On Instagram, at Eagles Bloom Hope. On Twitter, the handle's at Eagles Bloom. You can contact us on either of those platforms, and you will be in touch with us. We have some acknowledgements. Maria.
You know, like we said, we replaced the I and it became we. We could not have done it alone. And there's no better gift than the gift of thank you, but more so to acknowledge that this was done by all of us collectively. So we would like to extend acknowledgements to Travis Bellinger and Michelle Bateman, Sal and Rita Babagallo, Hassan and Sarifa Yonis, Nicole Murphy, Women in Bloom International, Hope for Her Global, Eagles Empowered to Soar USA, Dr. Rose October Arts and Culture, Carlotta Booty, Valini Lich, EM Uzomaka, Saski Lyson, Millie Milton, Tiffany Ageda, and Louis Aguilera, and Family Life and Beyond, Rihanna Malik Mbanga, Sharon Jobo, Girls Voices, Kathy Tucaro, Kingdom Network and Empowerment, Canada Virtuous Women, and the list goes on. And all our listeners around the globe, more so our queen, Marietta Campbell. Facebook attendees, Pritim Nembawari, Melby Muriengwe, World Pulse, You Win, Girls Voices Nigeria, Women Arise Zimbabwe Trust, Ambitious Women, Anita Charlotte, Alicia Huston, Dr. Brigitte Pantan, Hemis Mawunda, and Cosmas Mataruse. We couldn't have done it without you. Zambia, thank you. Canada, Zimbabwe, Guyana, Uganda, United States, Kenya, India, Nepal, Australia, Nigeria, Cameroon, South Africa, Japan, and I mentioned Australia, and there's one more. I'm not sure which one that one is.
The UK.
But I'm gonna, sorry?
Get the UK in there?
With the UK, that's the Union Jack.
Yep.
But there's one that's beside UK, is that Nepal? Just between the UK and Japan. I know Somali is the other one, but help me on that one.
I think that's Nepal, actually.
Nepal, I think, but I stand to be corrected. And we are still growing.
Absolutely.
Because we also touch base in Sierra Leone, Guinea-Bissau,
Kenya.
So Malawi, Kenya, we love to have Kenya. We love it because I think there's a little joke I have, and it's an inside joke, but we just love taking this journey around the globe.
I think we had some other Caribbean islands as well. That's Kenya.
Yes, St. Lucia is one.
Barbados,
Trinidad. Did we not have Jamaica? We did have Jamaica.
No. Did we?
No? Well, you were in Jamaica during the journey, so yes, we did represent in Jamaica. Well, that's it from us, ladies, phenomenal women. It has been a great ride, one that we could not have done alone, but we did it together. It's bittersweet because for the past 16 days, kind of got used to waking up, meeting with you during the virtual coffee, and then delving into the sessions that were enlightening, empowering, inspiring, elevating, you name it. I'll take a back step and sit and give the mic to Blair.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Maria. Charmin, you're laughing. She's kind of passed the mic along there, but we love you. I want to open the room if it's okay, and I know it will be for with Charmin and Maria, to have you ask us questions, or if you have anything that you would like to contribute. We want this last few minutes to be a time of sharing, discussion. I know we had the coffee hour, but this is a little bit different. Do you have any questions for us? Would you like to say something to someone else in the room? Go ahead.
The mic and be able to just run it so that every voice is captured. No voice is to go unheard. So I think, yeah. So I'm just going to sit back and let the emotions take control.
So any questions for World Pulse? Tam is in the room. Do you have any questions? I know Tam, if you could for us drop your, because I am saving the chat, could you drop your handles here, your social media handles, and maybe your email as well, if that's possible? And if you have a 1-800 number that one can reach out to you through, could you drop that as well?
For sure. I have put World Pulse in the chat, but I'll do it again. And just so that everyone knows that to be a member of World Pulse, it's free. And when you become, anyone can just go worldpulse.com and the stories are there. But if you become a member, you can post your own story. And the whole World Pulse is built on women's stories. What we've been through, what we're doing about it, what needs to happen, how we can work together. And what's so exciting for me about being with all of you this past 16 days is to see that the more all of us come together and all of our organizations come together, we need to step forward with our voices demanding that what we know is possible in this world come into being, come into formation. And I'm thinking every day since hearing the news from Chile a few days ago, that those women are in the street demanding that the whole constitution of their country be rewritten, and that 50% of women are at the table to create this new constitution for that country. And this is what we need in all of our countries, is that we are at the table to create a world in which there's no poverty and no violence. So I'm so excited to be working all that more strongly because we've been able to be together, developing our connections with each other this past 16 days.
And Tam, you get to name a sister to share the mic. So we're going to kind of move around because remember we said we are a mosaic. So you get to name a sister to take the mic. And that sister will name another sister to take the mic. And
I just want to hand it over to Carolyn. If I can, Tam, that flag, Italy. So Rita just said Italy. So, oops. We were really, we were really determined and deliberate in making sure we had the Italian flag up there. So yes, Italy was in the room, everyone. Go ahead, Tam.
So I'm going to hand it over to Carolyn.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Mama Tam. That was a big setup, though. Glad to be here again. I'm happy that I get to end this really amazing event with everyone. It has been a really, really wonderful learning experience for me. I enjoyed every part of it. I wish I was there from day one to the end. But it's been really, really wonderful. The conversations have been really rich. It's been great to just learn from one another and to meet amazing women from around the world. That is always so inspiring and refreshing for me. I thank you so much for the opportunity to share our experience from Nigeria. More especially, I'm so grateful for the opportunity for the girls to come and have that experience, to share their own stories, their own perspectives, and how they are seeing this and walking into the whole space of advocacy, and also learning to lift their voices and speak up even earlier. Thank you all so much for cheering them on, for advising them, for inspiring them, for cautioning them on what to watch out for early. Sometimes we only hear the good things, keep going, keep going. Nobody tells you to think of your safety, your security. Nobody tells you to think of how to prepare for those really deep and emotional moments we encounter sometimes in the course of this journey. So I'm so grateful for that opportunity. I really appreciate all those who shared their experiences, their journey. It was so empowering to just learn from those processes. I think hearing conversations from different perspectives, what it did for me was really to just open my lens up a lot more. Sometimes you believe you know so many things, but then you hear and you hear something else and it just helps you to start looking from a different perspective. I mean, I heard my own husband speak yesterday and I was like, what's happening here? Because it was I was just so blown away and I was trying to act like it was not hitting me, but it was really a lot of learning to just be told again that you don't have to celebrate men for doing what they are supposed to do. We've turned the normal to be so exceptional and turned the exceptional to be our new normal. You know, so it was just mind-blowing to just encounter that again and really learn and start to understand when we're talking about addressing narratives. It's really been a great experience. I'm so grateful. I don't want to talk too much. I want to hear so many voices as well. So I'll just say thank you so much for the opportunity to learn. Thank you. At this point, I'll call Chinyere. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I don't know if you can hear me. Hello?
Yes, we
Hello?
can. Hello.
Okay, thank you for this awesome platform, Sister Maria, Shamin, and Blair. Thank you. God bless you. It was such an awesome time. In fact, at a point, I got addicted to this program. Every evening, no matter how late, I try to log in and find out what is happening and follow the conversation. I thank you, Mama Tam, for giving us the opportunity to meet these wonderful women. I thank everyone that was on this platform, their contribution, and all. I thank you all. I appreciate this, and I look forward to a better partnership and something we can all do together as women in future to help other women. Thank you. God bless you, everyone. Thank you. God bless you. I can't see the participants' names now. Please, could you help me, Sister Blair, to hand over the mic to someone you can see? Thank you.
Okay, Hatsuki, let's hear your voice.
Hello, everyone. I am very happy to hear there's no, what do you call it, silo? There's no silo anymore. I was one of them. I had to be silent for a long time. And at this time, if you don't mind, can I pray for all of you? And is that okay? Okay. Thank you, Father God and the universe, that give us this moment for each of us to be here together. And I know when there's two or more gathered that you are with us. So I know you heard everything we said, and you also know what we would like to have this to keep going on. Father God, I am asking you to open the heaven door and send us a warrior angels to be with all of us, protect us, and fight with us. And please open the opportunity of the doors, and the path will be open for this organization to keep going and grow strong. I also like, Father, to ask to close any of the wrong doors, shut it closed so the enemy cannot interfere with this plan. And I'll pour the blood of Jesus on those doors, never to be open, to be bothered with the plans that needs to go. And also, Father God, I ask you to touch each of us. Put your hand on our head. Expand our territory. Rest us more so we can bless the others. And Father God, in the name of Jesus, I thank you for bringing out these brave, courage women that are standing up to fight, to help the others, the weak ones, the looking for help. I thank you, Father God, In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. We receive the blessings.
Thank you.
All the women around the globe receive you the blessings. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. We're moving on. Chishimba, as we share the mic.
Hello.
Hello.
You've got me away.
Mulishani, Mulishani.
Mulishani.
Lino.
Yeah,
Go
thank you
ahead.
very much for the 16 days. I don't have much to say because I missed most of the program. I had funerals and a lot of chaos around me. It's been a pleasure. I sat in basically like throughout the one for yesterday. I think that's the one where I really spent most of my time. And it was a great eye opener. Charmaine and I talked on the side, and Maria knew what was going on, I'm sure. It was an eye opener in the sense that for me, it has helped me take a step in acquiring more knowledge and understanding. Gender-based violence, it has always been equated to physical abuse, and that's where it ended. And yesterday, through the session, it was an eye-opener for me in the sense that I realized there's more to it than the physical. There is the financial abuse, there's the psychological, there's the mental, and when yesterday's meeting was taking place, it took me back, way back. And it made me realize that from my experience, I had built walls around me, and I was sort of in a shell. And yesterday, it was my first step to bringing down those walls. And I realized that even though you feel like you have come out of it, it's something that will haunt you forever. And it's a process. It's an everyday process. You cannot get over it within a short period of time. It's something that you have to work through each and every day of your life to overcome any form of abuse that you've been through. And for me, it was, oh, I went back to school. Oh, now I'm working. Oh, now I'm independent. And I felt I've conquered and I've achieved. But that's not the case. You carry the burden with you. You carry the scars with you. You carry the heartache with you. And what is most important is the people that you surround yourself with, the people that you share with. And it's also important to share, because in my culture, when you share, it's a taboo to share. In my culture, it's a taboo, you're frowned upon the moment you begin to speak about any form of abuse that you're going through. It is something that you have to keep to yourself, so to speak. It creates oh Lord, stop it, sorry. It creates, when you don't speak out, when you don't vent, it creates a bigger problem, and you become angry, and then you also take it out on your kids, and then you surround yourself with negative energy, and you do not, something is wrong somewhere. And it's only when you come out looking in that you realize that, oh, actually I've been in a certain space that has not been healthy at the end of the day. So I'm hoping that it's not going to end here. And there are a lot of points that were brought out that I feel we should continue discussing. For a person like me, I feel I need this more than just 16 days. Like Maria said, the 16 days should continue. For a person like me, I need this more. In Africa, we don't have the therapy. We don't have a psychologist to go through. You have to carry the burden on your shoulders alone. And if we can expand these programs to where you bring in psychologists and people that can help people like me, I feel we're going to make a big difference. I hope I'm getting through and understanding what I'm saying. I think we're going to make a big difference because we're seeing a rise also in suicide. We're seeing a rise in women killing men because they don't have anywhere to vent and they keep carrying this anger with them. And so violence has been on the rise, especially at a time of coronavirus where now you're stuck with each other and you sort of have no breathing space because there's the lockdowns happening around us. A lot of violence has increased. And when you hear people telling a story similar to yours, that's when you realize you've got a problem. If I didn't hear someone say there's money abuse, if I didn't hear someone say when someone speaks to you like this is wrong, I would not have realized that actually I had a problem and this is the problem that I was facing, understand? So the more that it's talked about, the more that people share their stories, the more it will become an eye-opener, the more that you're going to help a lot of people. So I hope this platform grows and I hope this can be done. I know it's a lot of work. Maybe we make it once a week or something like that, I don't know, but I feel it should continue because for me, if you do this now and then I have to wait another 1 year to listen to you speak for 16 days, then I'll continue being broken. I will continue being broken. I need you guys. I need you ladies. I need your support. And we need to have a group of women who are going to admit to say, I need your help. I need your help. That's the first thing for someone to accept, to say something is wrong. I need your help. So before I get emotional, I want to say thank you. And it's been a pleasure. And I look forward to communicating with this platform and many more meetings like this. Thank you. God bless. Stay blessed and good old. Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead, Blair.
Well, I was going to say I'm so grateful and that you've actually said what you said, Shashimba. Thank you so much for saying that. I noticed Tam has put something in the chat as well, so do check that out. But that is one of the pillars that we talked about. Health, mental health is one, and you know, when we say mental health, just the stigma around it, everybody's thinking whatever they want to think, but it's just making us wholesome, making us whole. And that is one of the things that we can promise you and the other ladies that have asked for it, and men. We are going to be here. We want to put together a platform where everything is addressed. And you are so right. If you're waiting another 12 months to get help, well, my God, what's going to happen in between that? So I can strongly say, with my sisters beside me, that every month we will have a conversation. So again, has it happened since day one? There's this prophetic word that's come forth, because that's something that we addressed yesterday in our debriefing. We want to have something happening every month so we can touch you every month. All right. And I know as we grow and bring on, Tam, you can probably say something there as we start to bring others on with the professionalism that's there. You have Charmin, who this is her area of expertise. So ladies, if you have to speak to someone, reach out to Charmin. That's a start. And then we will grow and we will ensure that we have professionals here that can address. And I'd love to see us travel, Maria, Charmin, Tam, Carolyn, I'd love for us to come there and to address, but again, we have to do things the right way. It's not about breaking down doors, it's knocking at the door. And if we have to break it down, yes, we'll do it gently, right? And with respect, right? We can knock doors down, but let's take the bolts off and address those gatekeepers that we've been talking about throughout. So, ladies, thank you so, so, so much. Maria, I don't know who is next. If we can do this real quick, under a minute, if you have something to say, because it is at the late hour. Thank you. The room is open, the floor is open.
Could I just say one thing quickly?
Absolutely, Tam, go ahead.
It is what I put in the chat, but Jasimba, I want you to know that we have this in World Pulse every single day, and we count on it. And if we stay in touch every day of the year, or every time we can log on to this and stay connected with our different organizations, we are supporting each other. We are hearing each other. We're sending each other love and support. So let's all be part of all of our organizations as much as we can, because I don't know what I would do if I didn't have that kind of support from sisters every day and be able to send out love. It gives me hope.
Thank you so much. Does anyone else have anything to say?
Hi, can I say something, Blair?
Who is that? Is that Carolyn?
Adeline.
Go ahead. Absolutely, go ahead. And then I'm gonna.
Sorry, I'm just gonna turn my camera on.
Oh, there you are. I was looking for you. Oh, there you are. Show your beautiful face.
Thank you. I just wanted to say thank you, ladies, amazing women for the 16 days again. I know I spoke from the beginning when we started today, but I just want to throw out my voice there and say thank you again. It's been such an education that I gathered from this platform for all the days that we were connected here. And thanks to each and everyone for their contribution just to make the world a better place. Because when I look at each and every one of you women, I see women that want to help other women. And that's just what we're out for. Women that want to help other women. And it blows my mind away, because this is the kind of vision that I had when we started the Canada Virtuous Woman. And although we picked our target being widows, because we're only dealing with widows, we deal with widows in Canada and widows in Africa. Now we're specifically in Cameroon and Nigeria. We just started in Nigeria. So very little in Nigeria, but greatly in Cameroon. But it's amazing that you start something, don't wait to see that, oh, I must have the resources in order to do what I do. Just start doing it. And I like Hatsuki for the prayer, because I was going to talk about, let's just do a quick prayer, but she did it. And thank you, God bless you. I like when I see women that think about God, the creator, because it all starts with God, and it will end with God. And so when we put God first at the forefront of everything, believing and depending on him, it will work for us. So for whatever organization you're heading, when you believe that God can take you to places, or take that organization, make it work, it's working. Like for this Christmas, my organization had a goal to help 300 to 400 widows. And we set a goal for our fundraising. Believe me that we surpassed that target. We surpassed that target, and I was so surprised. Surpassed it way by far, almost double. But just being grateful that when you start this out to help people, it's not about you, it's about the people. You will see how God will open the doors for you when you make it about the people that you're helping and so sold out. I'm so grateful for every contribution. Thank you so much. And I am with you girls, with you ladies all the way. You will see me sending friend requests to some of you on Facebook. Please do not resist me, because I just want to know more and get more. Thank you.
resisting.
How can we? How can we resist you? Right?
Beautiful smile, Adeline. I like to tell people when I see something, there's something about you, but you do have a beautiful smile. And so we need that smile because it just lights up the room. It really does. I have to say that. So I just released that. Maria, do we have anyone else? Jennifer.
Yes, please.
Jennifer, Prince, and Tiffany in that order. Jennifer, Prince. You notice the last name, Prince? Jennifer, are you in the room? I see your name.
I did see Jennifer Prince, but she's muted and yeah,
And her
so
video is off. Okay, so we'll move to if she's back, she can just put a note in the chat. Tiffany Agida, is that how you say your name?
Ajita, Tiffany Ajita.
Go ahead, Tiffany.
I spoke to the beginning, but I want to just say thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to speak my truth. And thank you for, most importantly, thank you for listening. Because the reality of the situation is sometimes all you need is for people to hear you. And you guys give that ear, that listening ear that I needed. And it's empowering, it's liberating, and it's definitely fulfilling. And I want to say this journey was a beautiful one, and you guys did a wonderful job. And I just want to say I hope that none of us become strangers. We stay connected, and especially Miss Charmin, because she got me involved in this, and again, I give her all the credit. So thanks again, and thank you all for being a part of this, and I hope we all stay connected. That's all I really wanted to say. Thank you
so much, Tiffany. Thank you. I like what you said, because you can speak and we cannot, but we have to truly listen. We can hear what you're saying, but when we're listening, the actions will be different. So thank you so, so much. Maria, I think Jennifer is probably away, but Charmin's mouth is moving, so she's about to say something, but we can't hear you.
We have Lou, we have Travis in the room. Jennifer will not speak.
You see, she just finished my sentence. That's exactly what I wanted to say.
Yeah, we're gonna have Travis. Maria was going to do that intro. So Lou, go ahead.
Okay, 16 days. Yes. To all our women, all I have to say is, I'd rather center than live on my knees, 'cause I am a conqueror, and I won't accept defeat. Try telling me no. One thing about me is I am a conqueror. I am a conqueror. Yeah. We all make mistakes. We might fall on our face, but we gotta get up. Yeah. We all make mistakes. We might fall on our face, but don't ever give up. Just stand tall. That is what we must keep telling ourselves. And that is what I've learned from this 16 days. We continue to rise and stand. Yes, I love everybody, and thanks for the opportunity. Blair, Maria, Charmin, everyone. Just thank you for the opportunity.
Lou has broken out. You were so quiet and docile in the beginning. Oh my gosh. I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. She's out of the box. Yeah. Thank you, Lou. Thank you, Maria. Thank you. It is yours, my friend.
Okay, have we got
I think your network is playing games with you, Maria. Can't hear you when you're frozen. Yeah, go ahead.
hear me?
Yes,
You can?
we can hear you. Go ahead.
All right. You know, like they say, all good things come to an end. But I'm not going to say this is coming to an end. I'm just going to say so long. But before we say goodbye, because it's not goodbye, it's just so long, we bring back none other. He's not a stranger to our platform. He is the voice behind the apology. One ally, one brother, who stood in the gap and say, call on me and I'll be there. Seek and you'll find me and I'll be there for you. For you are queens. You need to be honored. And he reminded us that men do cry. And it's okay to cry. And he said, it's okay to brag about your woman because he loves to put us, the queens that we are, on the pedestal so that we can rise. So Travis, my brother, our brother, open your mics, ladies. Let's welcome Travis.
Morning, ladies.
King, morning.
It has been such a humbling experience to be in the presence of such amazing, emotional, connected, purposeful women. And you move me every time I hear you speak. And I am just so eternally grateful for all of your stories, all of your sharing, all of your vulnerability. And through your experiences, how it helps me to be a better man. It helps me to be more emotional, helps me to be a better human being. And it helps me to bring my level of honor that I have for women, for all the experiences that you go through that we don't hear about. We don't hear, I don't hear, I've never heard of anybody speak about patriarchy and matriarchy. And Michelle, she's from a country that has that very cultural aspect to it, and she explained it to me because I didn't understand it afterwards. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity. And in true fashion with what we're going through, I will say it again. The forgiveness prayer is so important. I know we have all had trauma and experiences at the hands of the masculine, whether it's male or female. I myself went through that. And for that, I am truly sorry. On behalf of all men, on behalf of all men that are not present, who live in their inner child and don't know how to respond and how to honor themselves, the women around them, the men around them, on behalf of all those men, I am sorry. And please forgive me. Please forgive us. Because I have such honor and respect and love for every one of you. The depth of gratitude that I have for this experience has been so, so humbling. And I so want to support all of you, no matter where you're from. So please forgive me. I love you. And thank you. Thank you so much Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for allowing me to share in this experience with you, because it is like nothing I've ever experienced. And I feel so grateful to be a part of this. So please reach out to me whenever you want me to come on a live with you, whenever you just need a little bit of support. Please send me your information. I'm really big on doing Marco Polos that you can share with other people. I'm really big on, if you want a specific topic spoken about, I will look into it. I will do the homework. I'll do the work on it. My goal is to serve. This is my purpose. We are all here to serve. We're all servants. And if not now, when, right? And this is literally part of my legacy. This is literally part of my mission. And and it's so interesting having this experience with you. One of my Rotary friends came out of the woodwork, and he said, I've been to Africa 5 times. I want to know all about this. And so I'm sending him the recording from this program. And he's like, let me come be a part of this. And I said, okay. So I'm super excited to be a part of this. I'm so grateful. And yeah, I'm an emotional man. I will show my emotions and share those with you guys very humbly and with honor. And I love that with Michelle, we can do this. Michelle, my goddess, my queen, and I see all of you the same way. And that is exactly where women and men should be. We should be honoring ourselves. We should be queens and kings and goddesses, and because we deserve that. So thank you so much.
Travis Belanger, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Can you open your mics again? And Charmin is gone again. Every time Travis speaks, I see Charmin. So I won't call on her right away. I'll pass it on to
Travis, you're awesome.
Go ahead, say that again, Tiffany.
I said, Travis, you're awesome. And if it's one thing, hearing from a man's perspective is enlightening also. And it helps us to understand that, you know, the position where men's at. And I think you're a great leader for men. So, and thank you for the apology. And for me, I know all is forgiven.
Wow.
You're very welcome. It's been such an honor, and I love this technology because, you know what, I'm on my way to work, and I can share this with you guys wherever I am. And I'm while I'm working, I often have the video off, but the earpiece is in, and I'm listening to everything you guys say. So I feel like I'm walking with you through this, and it's just such an amazing experience.
Thank you so much, Travis. Thank you, Tiffany. You're another one. Powerhouse. Oh my gosh. The silent powerhouse. You know those dynamites that they sit and they wait, and then when you trigger them, they just explode. Tiffany. She's woke. I just wanted to pass on. Rita has asked me to thank you again and to say good night. It's 4 a.m. or a little after 4. So she has to go to bed. All right. Maria, go ahead. We love you. I love you guys.
You know, like I said earlier on, just before Travis came on, I said all good things have to come to an end. But what we are lighting up, or what we've lit up, is not going to be diminished. It's a light that's going to be ignited across the globe. No voice will be left unheard. This is the platform that we've created, where voices will be heard. No problem is too small or too big, because we know that together we can solve it. A problem shared is one that gets a solution. Because if we don't share, then we'll never know. So yes, when we think of hope, I want you to think of the little girl in Africa, the woman in Africa. I want you to think of the little girl in India and the woman in India. When you think of hope, I want you to think of the woman in North America, in Cambodia, in South America, in the Caribbeans, in Australia. You are hope. If not now, then when? If not you, then who? It can be done. It can be fixed. We just have to be able to soar like eagles above the bigger storms. We know and acknowledge it's not going to be easy. There will be pitfalls. There'll be storms. There'll be curveballs thrown at us. But when we speak and come together, we will be able to soar. We will be able to rise. It can be done because you are hope. Winning starts with us. It's going to take a lot of guts. It's going to take resilience. It's going to take patience, tenacity. And like Miss Marietta said, you don't quit. We will not quit because we are hope. We are that light. And we are leaving no community untouched. In the dark continent, as they call it, in the sunshine of the Caribbeans, in the tropicals of South America, whether it's Venezuela, Colombia, we'll get there. Because our struggles as women and girls are the same. None is better than the other. Like the words of my sister Kabahanda said, it's how the systems or the structure responds. It's a learning curve. We can be the voice of enlightenment. You are hope. If we did it for the 16 days, then every day is 16 days of activism until we get to demand equality. That's our gift. That's our purpose. So as much as we meet to part and part to meet, I will not say goodbye. I'll say so long. And it's been great. It's been good. And let's do this again and again and again and again, because we continue to rise. That's what I say to you.
Can I say something?
Yes, my sister.
Allow me, please, to ask all the participants here to open your mics, and we say a huge thank you to Maria, Blair, and Shamim. Allow me to do that, Maria, for you and for Blair and for Shamim. Participants, open your mics, please, and let's give them a big, big hand of applause. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good job, ladies.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank
Rise
you.
together.
Honor. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I've been putting in the chat our handles, but if you want to, for more information, as we can't probably reach out to everyone if you individually, we will continue to post on our Facebook page. We do have a group page, and it's at Eagles Bloom Hope Together. That's the group page. And then we have our generic page where we will post information on a regular basis. If you have anything that's upcoming and you would like to share with us, just go to the group page and put it on there. We want to support you in everything you are doing. And that includes you too, Travis. Whatever you have that's coming up, please post it, and we will ensure that we be there for you. Canada Virtuous Women, thank you so much. Tiffany, thank you. Tamarack, thank you. Marietta, thank you. Lou, Chenier, Jennifer Prince, Travis Belanger, Carolyn Seaman, Kapahanda, thank you. You remind me of my mom. You really do. Thank you so much. Hatsuki, thank you. Shimba, thank you. Maria, thank you. Charmin, thank you. And we want to thank our Father. Thank you, ladies. You can open your mics and say a biento, au revoir, you, however you want to say it. Men on Fire, that's right. We will look you up, Travis. Thank you, Canada Virtuous Women. We will look you up as well. Thank you, everyone. Have a blessed day.
Thank you so much. Thank you, and have a
Thank you.
blessed
Thank
day.
you.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Merry
Thank
Christmas,
you.
Happy
Have
New
a great
Year,
day.
Merry
and
Christmas.
let us
Thank
keep in
you.
touch. Thanks,
Thank you
bye.
very much, everybody.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.